We're live. It's so funny because I timed the timer to go live just as it goes to 8 o'clock, but I got so excited seeing you, my love, that I was a little bit behind time. So, so welcome to this space, my darling.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad to have you here. I'm so glad. I'm so excited. So let me what we're going to do is we're going to bring ourselves to center, just taking off my shoes to ground myself as I do. Use my spray, you know, the unconditional. There we go. Oops, oops, oops. There we go. It's been one of those days, my love. And just going to set. Yep. What are you using?
I think it's geranium this time.
Is it?
That's what actually is common.
For the heart.
I was reaching out for Hold the Feels, but I couldn't find it. So
okay.
And I don't want to wreck the whole settings. So not going to open my drawer more than that. Everything was going to crumble.
Oh well. Let me welcome. Oh, wow. Okay.
I have many.
We're getting distracted, people. Okay. So I welcome all of my audience. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Remember, I don't know where I'm looking at the camera. You know, I'm very real. It's very real and flowy here. As we were talking about earlier, no one's perfect, right? So I welcome you to space. I'm going to ask you to join us to just center ourselves, to set our intentions. Be open to receive. As we meet my special guest, Lucie Pouilly. Did I say it right?
You did.
Pouilly.
Well done.
So welcome to this space, my love. I'm so happy to have you here. I am going to start with a little video to introduce you so people can get a feel of you. All right. I might be tempted to stop it and to kind of add a little bit more in there. All right. But then we'll get straight into everything that you're doing, what you're bringing to the world. Hola, Rick.
Hi.
So I'm going to play the video. As I said, I might be tempted to stop it. I think I will. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to get straight into the flow of the conversation. Yep. I'm feeling the energy just flowing through my body right now.
Well, I'm nearly cheering up already. So
you
showed me, it's a beautiful declaration of love, to be honest. Like, you know, so
yeah. Here we go. I am going to take it back to a space. All right. No, I'll wait. I know exactly. I'll wait. Let's take this out. So, Lucie, welcome to my space. Yeah, complete collective conversations in flow. I am so honored to have you here on this space or in this space, and to be able to introduce you to the audience. I'm connecting with you energetically right now. And there's so much that I want the audience to know about you. We joked about being here for 2+ hours, but we're not. We're going to try and keep it shorter than that, okay? All right. So I invite you to introduce yourself, talk about how we met, and then we'll just go in flow with that. Yeah?
Yeah. So, hi everyone. My name is Lucie Pouilly. Usually people will call me Lucie Al. That's my two second names. And I am a portrait photographer, branding expert, also a transformational coach, and soon to be releasing a printed product. As you can hear, I'm a multi-passionate person. Wherever my soul is driving me, I will be following that pull and that calling. And I am very intuitive and also very spiritual. That's actually the reason we actually met in that sphere. I met you when I went to do my first retreat as an attendant, like I was attending it, and you were one of the facilitator, and you made us so much at ease. And you one of the reason I actually realized that what is true leadership, and with you and Dusty, because even though you were facilitating, there were no like a step higher or anything. It was like we were all human. So it was very beautiful to see, and it was a lovely first step for me to be introducing like better knowledge of what is leadership. And you were like complete love, was like, this is it. Like I remember when we had one of the encounters, like looking in the eyes, I was actually watching at Mark in the eyes, and we couldn't stop crying together. And then you came and you hugged me, and oh my God, that hug, it's just like, don't let go, don't let go, don't let go. And I was like, oh, I melt into your arms, basically. That's what happened. And then we had, like, that was the first encounter. And then we had the lovely opportunity to see each other like again many times, and one of them were in London, and where we actually stayed in the same hotel, and we chatted until I don't know what time. Even though I had a baby at the time, I was like, let's just grab her, I'm going to breastfeed her while we talk, or I don't even remember what happened. But we were talking and realized how much we had in common, and how much we actually made the friendship that night. Basically, to me, that's what happened. We were a lovely connection, but we created that friendship on that night, and then it never left. And every time we talk on the phone, it's like it's just giving us a big warm hug, even though we are across the pond. The pond. But I'm not in America. I'm in Ireland, but it's just across the little bit of water in between UK and me. But yeah, it's how we met. Yeah.
So before we go any further, I wanted to say what we had in common. Do you remember when we both got our toast and we started dunking it at the same time in our hot chocolate? And I was like, you dunk your toast too? And I was like, yeah. And then we realized we're both born in like, we're both Cancerians, we're both creative. We were just like very passionate about what we do. That was it. We haven't looked back since.
No.
So you're based in Ireland. Yeah, but do you want to give us a little bit of background about where you're originally from, your dreams and aspirations, why you went into photography? Give us a little bit of information about your journey.
Okay. I am, as you can guess with my last name, I am French. I was born in Paris, you know, the boring part of France. No, I always say that, but it's just because everyone you ask someone is like, I'm from Paris. It's like every French people coming from Paris. Anyway, I moved in Ireland 10 years ago for work, and then I actually did not find my passion. I was already a photographer on my own since I'm like 9 years old. I always but I didn't know what I wanted to do with photography. I've been always pulled into that realm for a long time. Even when I was studying and everything, I got the opportunity to go and study photography, and I actually said no. I went to IT instead, and I got a call again and everything, and I just realized that what was my calling is photographing women, because that's one of the paths I get to empower them. I get to show them the best version of who they are, show them and capture the essence that I see, that it might be hidden and you might just not feel comfortable, but it's just the biggest, strong, higher self. Basically, it's what I'm photographing. And that led me into learning into self-development, becoming a photographer. And then I got to leadership courses, and then now into coaching. It's not highly defined yet because that's a new thing. But this is something definitely is going to be around empowerment and also business, because I'm super passionate about business. You know yourself. Super passionate about business. So it's going to be a blend of everything. And my inspiration, and it's like, I know I was listening to one of my coaches yesterday, and she was saying, you have to declare to the world. And sometimes it's like super challenging to say that to people you don't know. I want to make €1 million in the next 12 months.
So stop. I'm going to, let me see if I can make you the big screen, and then you can declare it. So I'm still learning StreamYard, everybody. Okay. So then she's going to declare, hang on a second. Let's see. I don't know if I can do it. No, maybe you have to do it.
Okay. Have a look. No, I can't remove myself.
The other way. I got the other way.
No.
Oh,
that's
okay. Well, next time. Well, you can still declare it. So
I just declared it.
Oh my God. Again. I want to do it like.
Basically, from October, I want, by the next October, making €1 million in sales in all my businesses.
Right. So, right. And so, you know me as the therapeutic coach, I'm taking you back a bit. So you say you want, and
I desire.
I am.
Yes.
I am making. Let's live in the moment now. I am making. Let's do this again.
I am making €1 million in the next 14 months now, because it's from October. Yeah.
You're making it now.
Yeah.
It's the beginning.
I started already.
We declare it now. We affirm it now. Yeah. Beautiful.
And it's because I'm doing coaching, but I'm also, I think I'm going to share that today. I'm launching my own planner. I'm launching a business planner called My Empire Planner. Okay. From Divine Empress, and I want to I'm in the process in creating that tool to offer mostly women, business owners, to actually have a lovely paper tool that can help them reach new goals, and having, a way to put all your to-do list, but also work onto your higher self and to your vision boarding and everything. It's basically everything. Yeah, everything that I personally use and I need on an everyday basis. And it's just a step for me that is like kind of something that was missing in the photographic like in my business as a photographer. It's like, I see you, I photograph you, and then I don't hear from, even though we friend, but like as a client, I don't hear from you maybe for a few years, or, that could be every year, but like most people will be giving themselves a few years, and then I hear back from you as like, you know, as a client, and I get to empower you again. So that stationery is actually kind of the link to help every woman that I photograph that are in business to reach new highs and feel empowered and feel that they are the leaders of their own life as well.
So that resonates with me. So you're saying a continuity, sustainability, because I know what it feels like to be empowered in front of your lens. I'm going to go back to the video and scroll through and talk about how I felt when you, let's pause it there, when you took the photographs of me. I'm just like, there we go. All right. And so that name, the goddess whisperer,
that's yours. You created it.
This is what I named, isn't it? I named you, Lucie. I said, you're the goddess whisperer.
Yeah.
Just being in front of your camera. And, you know, I remember being a bit like shy. Yeah. I was shy. You know, some people say, you shy? Yes, I was. Shy. Especially being in a dress that was so revealing. For me, at this stage in my life, I've become more modest, I suppose. And the way you pulled me through that lens, you just pulled the goddess kind of feeling and essence out. And it just shows in the photographs. Let me just move across. There we go. Hang on. This one. The freedom that, hang on. There you go. I was like,
every photograph of you tells me a story and part of your own challenges, you know, that like you know yourself, what we talked about that. And this for me is the bird that is actually leaving the cage, the bird that is actually what happened in her life, in her heart center, laughing about whatever you tried to break me, but I actually laugh and I'm rising, and I'm going to cry. But yeah,
I was saying to myself, I'm not going to cry today. I just wanted to share that, you know, how you make or how you enable us to feel. You know, how there's no judgment. You give us permission to be the fullness of who we are, to express. And this is where I'm going to, you know, show the other video that I love so much of you walking your talk and showing us how to pose. All right. I don't know if this was a challenge or not.
No, so, it's a challenge to myself. Like I was like, let's just, I had a music that I love, Ed Sheeran. And I was like, I don't know, I got called to do posing. And I shared it to other photographer friends. And it's like, you have to put it online. And I put it on a private photographer group. And in 24 hours reached 10,000 views and 5,000 likes, and it's on the private group. So, and many people like, where can I see it? Where can I have it, share it and save it and everything? So I actually put it on YouTube then, but the idea was something on the group, and then it actually blew up a little bit. Like I got my little fame moment on the group. Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to talk about, I know you talked about launching your planner, but I want you to also talk about how you start with regards to when someone comes to visit you, when they've booked a session.
I would love to see how you feel about me sharing when I photographed you what was in my mind.
Oh.
Because this is something I never shared.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do that now?
Nothing about you is like, you know, you were a stepping stone to put me back to my path.
Okay.
Because you remember, like, I never did what I did with you. Basically, we, even you look so glam and everything. We basically had 15 minutes to do that.
Yeah.
Looks like it all, and the thing is, like, go, and we had to go. We were in a hotel, so we had one teeny tiny window, and the light was very not the best. And we had like half of a. You had you and me. It's basically you have no more space than us. And I was like, the dress you put it on, and I was like, oh my god, it's not fitting you. Not because it's just like it was not looking good on you. And then it's just like, let's just take the bra off, and it's just like made magic. Like it just like everything is like, oh my god, it was made for you. The dress was made for you. And then, like, I was so worried because you didn't have the preparation, because you didn't have the whole hair, makeup, pampering that I usually do with my clients. I have that hour lead time of, like, I'm actually sitting down and they're talking with my makeup artist and hairdresser, and I can, like, get myself ready and also get my clients at ease and everything. And I didn't have that time with you. You were like, let's just jump in the dress, go upstairs, let's photograph you. Basically, that was happening. And I was like, oh my god, what if she doesn't like them? That was every time I was photographing you, that was my thought process. The reason why I was broken inside, I was still living with my traumatic birth with my daughter, and you were a stepping stone. Before you, I haven't photographed anyone since I had her. So it was like basically from March 2018 until when I photographed, it was May 2019. I didn't photograph anyone in the portraits, like in that, like, more connecting to your soul. I did some branding, there and there. There were like the portrait side, the portrait couture, as I call it. I didn't do that. And you were my stepping stone, just like, my god, I still got it. And I'm not saying that, like, no, I'm still got it. It's just like, oh my god, it's still there. It's like it never left me. It's just me not trusting my own beliefs, me talking myself out of it, and me telling me that I'm not good enough, to offer that experience to someone. And you were exactly that. You were the catalyst to where I am now in 2021.
I'm just absorbing all of that, because likewise, you took me to, as you said, you took me to a place where the bird left the cage. Yeah. And remember, I cried when I saw the pictures. I couldn't believe it. And when I shared it, I was actually quite anxious about sharing them. But again, when the response from them or to them was amazing. And even again, me putting them up how many years later, the response is coming in again, and I call them the epic pictures. And now we're having this conversation, we know how epic they really truly are.
Yeah. And only 15 minutes. 15 That's minutes. What I'm absorbing as well, like, as a photographer, because I have been creating those processes, because that was like, I need to do this to achieve what I need. But even like everything else that I'm offering, the hair, makeup, the getting yourself prepared, coming to your home to actually go through your clothing and everything, it's just helping you. Like, it's basically preparing the soil to actually for you to grow. But the thing is, I still could do it in the studio. I do enjoy the preparation though. It's something very special. And whenever I can't see it in the studio, like with you, we had to like very like everything in very short, on a very kind of a bubble in that time. But I can't see that, like, you were ready anyway. I prepared you before anyway. We were talking, like, we had 15 minutes, but it did not take, it's like, oh, what are you doing right now? No, you were prepared. But I can't see that. I can't see the process of like doubting, not feeling good enough. What if she does not photograph me well? What if I'm not photogenic? Which there's not such things as being photogenic. That's a word that should not exist in the world. And even though I shouldn't say should anyway. And I can see on the eyes, I can't see the empowerment, I can't see the strength building from frame to frame. You take them, they're like, oh my God. And then you take the first photograph, like it's just like, do this. So I power pose you, then I photograph it, and then I show it to you. And you're like, oh my God, just in this. And it's just like, I did this with my social media manager. It's not portrait couture. It was not like all the fanciness with the dress and everything. But basically she helped me on something. It's like, you just come here, I just photograph you. Literally 2 minutes. I put her there. It's like, pose her there and click the photograph. She already using it. I photographed her 2 days ago. And she's like, you have no idea how much I love them. And I was like, yeah, but wait until you have a whole day with me. That's going to be...
That is what I am looking forward to. Yeah. And I do want to do the risque ones with the sheet. I do.
I do have loads of ideas for yours.
Have you?
Yeah. I always get downloads. I'm like, as I was saying to you, I'm intuitive, that even though like it looks like I'm creating it, something is pulling me to create that. I get intuition. I have a client coming up. We've been talking about, her, Kate, and I'm from building your human. What was the? God, remember
design your future.
Yes, that's the word. Oh my gosh, sorry. And then we were talking about Mother Earth and green and the tree. And for the last 2 years, she's been looking for the tree. And maybe 3 weeks ago, she came to me and was like, I found a tree. Let's book the shoot. And then this is happening in September.
Wow.
So it's all about green crystals, like vines, and like basically anchoring her into the woods. That's the idea behind. And it's going to be very, very challenging because it's something I never did, but I already have the idea of what I want to create. So I will be challenged and I will be stressed because that's something I want to reach the best. I want to reach excellency. However, I already know what I want to create. It's not like I just come here and like, I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, but it's going to be great.
What I was going to say to you, like yourself and like myself, when we're doing something we're passionate about, it's like an extension of us. So even if something doesn't work, like the bra moment, remember? Right?
Thank goodness it was out, though.
We just go into flow. We just adapt. It's part of us. It's like part of our breath, isn't it? Now, in saying that, I'm going to show the video.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we were playing around with sharing screens. So usually they say when you're trying to share your screen, you do it with 2 screens. I'm doing it with 1. So here we go. All right. So I'm going to add this, click on here, make this bigger. And here we go. Have I got it from the beginning? I hope so. Yep.
So old.
Isn't the best place to find the lovers, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends sat at the table doing shots, drinking fast, and then we talk slow. Come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. We let the story begin. We're going out on our first date. You and me are thrifty, so go all you can eat. Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. We talk for hours and hours about sweet and sour and how your family's doing okay. And even getting a taxi, kissing the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. 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 Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby, come on. 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 Come on.
Look, that caught me out there. I'm just smiling at that. Let's have a look. Go back here. Oops. Let me go down here. I knew this was going to happen. We tried to
there on the left, on your right. Yeah, click there.
Ah, there we go.
Whoops! See, I knew this would happen as well.
Remember, we're just in flow.
Exactly. We are.
Next time, I'm gonna get 2 screens.
There you go. It's just the light sitting down, and this could just fall down.
Okay. So as you see, my audience, those 100 poses just slightly moving, and it's really funny because my daughter, who does Instagram as an influencer, and she's when we're taking photographs, when I'm taking photographs for her, and she makes a slight movement, and I'm like, "What's the difference?" She's like, "It makes all the difference, Mum." Yeah, and I realized when she produces the photographs, it was like, okay, the pain was worth it.
Don't say that.
She knows. We laugh and joke about it all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So I want you to tell us a little bit more about your over 40s. And you are coming to London, aren't you? Okay.
Yeah. I actually set dates to London on the first week of September. So I think it's 3 or 5th until the 7th. And I'm coming for photo shoots. I only have 2 spots left for that. So the 40 over 40 actually changed name because, I think there is something, yourself, there is things that calls you and then you get called into changing and shifting it. And it's actually now called Be Seen, because that's something, 40 over 40 is just like, let's just photograph women over the age of 40, which is nothing wrong about that. For me, that's not just that. Is for women that actually feeling called to embrace who they are and be ready to see their higher self, be ready to see the soul goddess, be ready to see and feel empowered by their own reflection. I've been doing that for many years, but this is something a bit different. The reason it's different is when I get to reach 40 women, I will actually turn one photograph of each of the person that I got to photograph, and we're going to do an exhibition. And depending if I can do it in person or not, if it's not happening, the exhibition will actually be turned into a book, and each woman that's going to get photographed will have their photograph and part of their stories, and everyone that gets photographed actually going to be interviewed in a podcast as well, just to talk about who they are, what made them come, and what was their calling, and also what they do. Because at the end of the day, if you have a business, that's a platform to share as well. So it's all about, again, empowerment. It's a word you're going to hear from me a lot of time. It's because at every level of what I do, I'm all about empowerment. And that's most of the reason I was just a portrait. I'm not saying just in a very quote unquote a portrait photographer. And it took me a good amount of time to get into branding, in terms of like branding photography, because I was thinking, oh, there is no soul in it, and actually realized that I am a personal brand photographer, and I'm photographing personal brand. I'm photographing that part of empowerment through business, through what they want to show to the client, the best version of them as a business owner. And it's actually very, like, it's a different way of working, but I actually love it as well. But my true love as a photographer is the portrait couture, because I get to get fully creative. If I want to stick branches into your your hair, I can do it. If I want to you're going to ask Sharon, one of my clients is also Komplete, knows her. Sharon, like, you can't see the video that you show that she was in the pool. The pool was cold water.
Okay.
Well, we put some heat, but like the thing is, the water got a bit cooler by the time we got to photograph her. And every time I was moving her, and like we were like, they were flower in the pool, and we were like throwing flowers, like, oh my god, I just got splashed. And she's like, she was shivering at the end, not like crazy shivering. It was still not. It's not winter. We did not photograph her in winter. It was lovely weather like it was warm enough outside, but she was like, it was actually. This is what I'm going. Like, we had that idea. Like, she has in her. As herself has a self-care, she has a Venus day. Fridays for her is Venus days, like something that is self-care, so like basically Friday. And she always been sharing online a photograph of someone else in a bath, milk bath. And I was like, why are we not doing it? And she's like, oh my God. So we actually, like, it was not last minute. We were talking about that, but we were hoping to get a bath. And the universe said to us, no, it's not happening. You're not getting a bath. So we actually did even better, because I think the bath would not have looking as amazing as it's going to look. Actually, on the day before, I rushed into getting a paddling pool for kids. And then we actually filled it with buckets. Because we didn't have a hose in the studio outside. And she was like, I had two assistants that was holding a reflector to actually cover the light, but the light was insanely amazing. And I think I'm so grateful for not having the opportunity to go to the bath, because the light would never have been as amazing as it was when we were outside.
So I'm going to bring that part of the video up so people can get an essence of what you're saying, and I'll try and pause it. So bear with me, everyone. This is like a very interactive session. So here we go. Let me mute it. Let's go. So this is where it starts.
Just after that, yeah.
Yeah, just after this. There we go. And it was funny because as I was editing this, I was trying to fit the music in with the actual video. And so this picture is on there a little bit longer than, right.
There you go.
Okay, so you notice what I called this, beyond our comfort zone.
That was different.
Is this the pool? Where's the pool? Is the one in that?
The middle one.
This one here.
Yeah. And like, you know, she brought, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 bouquet of peonies. We thought they would be filling the the pool, and we just like, she came and was like, is that all? It's like, yeah. I was like, oh, that's not much, is it?
Oh.
So, but it was amazing. It was great. Like, you know, it looks amazing. And we even had like very much challenges to actually pick the photograph we're going to, I'm going to deliver to her. But the thing is that like, what I actually love now is like my clients get to see the photograph without being edited. So, and then I make them extra magic. But the thing is, it's actually, to me as well, it's another step of empowerment, because you actually learn that you were amazing before I get to edit you. Like I get to fix the background, or, you know, fix maybe something in your clothes or something like that. And then, you know, I just make it like I'm just going to clean the background, making it extra poppy and everything, and then it's yours forever.
Well, I'm actually, if we're looking at the bottom photograph of her face, I recognize that feeling. I recognize that look of you showing her the photograph, and she's thinking, oh my God, wow, is that me? Look at that expression on her face of just, yeah.
I know.
And the confidence. Oh, just thinking about it. And as I see your photographs with and all the other things you do for the other women, and there's another one I wanted to show.
Sure.
So I want to show more of you. Okay. I want to show more of you. Okay. But also there was a lady on this video, and she was celebrating her 70th birthday.
Yeah.
And I would like you just to talk about that as well, what the gift that the daughter gave to her. So let me go back to that, add that to the stream again. Let's go this, bear with me. Let's go right through. We're coming back to this one. I just love that.
Yeah.
Go.
Ellie Mae.
Oh, no.
Hello.
Okay. There, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm going to pause it as we get there. Rightio.
Sure. Ellie Mae was, I can't hear me in doubles. I don't know if you do. Can you hear me back 2 times?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, brilliant. So Ellie Mae is, her daughter actually got her the shoot, and she was celebrating her 70th on the day of the shoot. So that was her birthday gift. And so I never met Ellie Mae before. I usually get to see them, but I didn't get to see her. I just saw her daughter, and I actually gave her direction of what to bring, what to wear, what I usually do with everyone. And then she actually went shopping for her mom. So all the clothes there are actually brand new for the shoot. And like her mom was like, I look like $1 million. I'm going to keep those. And I was like, yeah, brilliant. And they brought a little bit of like, you know, the necklace and all of those little things. And, you know, when you get older, there is like stiffness in like getting into your body. So I can't see that, like, you know, that uncomfortable of the movement is uncomfortable. And also I can see that is actually adding in another layer of self-doubt, because you don't feel like you're 20 anymore, which, you know, it's no need to feel 20 anyway, but you know, you don't move like you would have been like when you're 30 or 40. And she was so amazing. So like, oh my God, we had so much laugh. I think if you go on my YouTube channel, you have a video of her telling about the experience herself. And she was like, you know, she was like, I would recommend it to the whole world. She loved it. I'm still on, you know, like I get friends all my clients usually are on my personal Facebook. So we get to chat sometimes. And I actually met her last year, just before everything closed down, the weekend before, at an event. And we like I have a video of us when we could hug, which is the first thing we did, is just like big hug. And she's like, oh my God, so lovely to see you. And she still loves her photograph, and she still used those photographs on her Facebook profile as well. And she was telling me that's kind of, I still talk about it. Like she said, every to my friend, I still talk about it because that was such a special experience for me. And I think the more you get older, you think those experiences they're not allowed, or they no need. You don't have the need for that. And that's why I really want to create that bubble. I really want to have people to feel special. We all special every single day, and we tend to lose that mindset. We tend to lose that idea that we are special, and that's kind of that little bubble of you are that person every single day inside your heart. You the goddess, and you look like $1,000,000 every day, even though you're in jammies. Doesn't matter.
Even though you're in jammies. Yeah. Silk one, silk 90. Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm. It's what I try to do as well on my branding. Like, I have very polished photograph. I have very like high level photos of me, like, like full hair, makeup, pose, looking like, very high, the best version of myself. And though like this person, and also when I do on Instagram and I go on live and I'm on my pages, doesn't change anything. I still am the same person. It's just another part of me. And I feel all of those faces, like all those phases of my life within me. And they are, every time I get photographed, I get one step closer to a new level of confidence. And that's the reason I personally get photographed every year. But last year, I get photographed every year.
Okay. Well, on that note, we're gonna go back a bit on the video. I'm gonna go the right direction this time. Okay. This is what I love. I love about just being real.
Yeah.
Just staying there. There we go. Hang on. Let me just go a little bit more. Yeah. Walking her talk. There we go. Look at that. Whoa. There we go again. Didn't I?
You're like a kid in a candy store.
There we go. What I've noticed on your social media, and I'd like you to share that. Do you know what? I wasn't even thinking about putting the banner up. I was so excited to see you. I was going to scroll it along the bottom of the screen, all that sort of thing. Oh my goodness gracious me! Wow. Well, what I'll do is I'll show the Pono Crest one, our platform. What I noticed is that you've taken quite a few photographs of women in their pregnancy. And then the other one I saw was you taking a picture of a new mum and dad with a newborn.
Yeah.
And how tiny.
She was tiny. She was born premature.
Gosh.
Yeah. She was born premature. She was born, I think, I'd say a good month. I think it was 6 weeks. Like, she was planned in May or June. She was planned in June. I can't remember, but she was very, very premature. And when I photographed her, I think she was nearly 6 weeks, and she would have been she was 4 weeks premature. I photographed her. She would have been just a week and a half, basically, if she was born full term. And she was super, super tiny. I never had a tiniest a baby that tiny, even though my kids, I had twins, and they were tiny, not as tiny as her. And I tend to attract people that have a story that is very potent, that has something happen in their life, or they have something that they want to celebrate. And that baby was a miracle baby after 7 years of IVF. Oh, I don't know if it was IVF, but fertility issues. And that was the miracle baby, the baby they've been waiting for, for over 7 years. And that's the reason they wanted to celebrate that. And I know, like, not everyone, it's difficult to get pregnant, but I would definitely attract people that either have a celebration, but is from something they overcome, or even actually, I have loads of what my clients actually change direction in their life. They are single, like they used to be married and they are not anymore, or they something got broken. The confidence got knocked down because of, like, maybe the relationship was not healthy, or you lose your confidence because something happened in that, and they want to still feel that they have it, even though they cannot feel it yet, or at least now.
And you sure bring it out, then. You sure bring it out.
Next time you're naked, darling. No.
Don't tell them. They'll be like, we want to be the fly on the wall.
Shall we do a live?
Do a live?
No, I'm kidding.
It's like
not happening.
Getting hot.
No, because when I do this, it's for you first, and then if you feel comfortable, we can share them. But I do have, like, one of my clients I photographed, like, we went whole boudoir. It's not all of my clients that go that, like, she only wear underwear. And one of her photographs, she's fully naked. You don't see anything. It's like,
Is that the one with the shirts?
Yes, but we took the shirt out as well. I have a photograph of her just herself, and just being herself.
Wow.
And I remember, like, I never shared that one, and then one day she actually posted it on her Instagram account. And I was like, whoa. I'm like, but this is what it is. I let you decide when it's the time. And then if you did that, you actually feel ready, and then I can share more. But like, I'm all about you getting I don't know, it's not the right word, so I'm not going to say that, but like, you deserve to be the center of attention from the photograph I created for you, but we created them together. And even though, yes, that you came to me, but at the end of the day, those photographs are within you. They're not me at the end of the day. I praise and I love and I celebrate all of my clients. And at the same time, for me, I'm creating that token for yourself.
Thank you. Thank you for what you do. I keep saying this. Thank you. Now, the photograph that's here, talk about this photograph.
Oh, gosh.
This
photograph was taken over 3 years ago, because my daughters were going to be 3 years in less than a month. And that was my first pregnancy, and with my first baby girl. And that was the most amazing, even though at the end of the pregnancy you get super tired and all of that, but that was the most amazing experience I experienced in my life, being pregnant for the first time. And that's everything. You have the hope of, like, to be the kind of mama you want to be. And I don't know if I think you did see it, one of my 3 or 4 posts on Instagram. And I have a photograph. I should actually not should, but I posted another photograph of the same pregnancy, and I shared something what happened when, like, being like, pregnancy was amazing, and my delivery did not happen to work the way I wanted to be, and actually that, like, very broke me into my core center. That's, like, we're saying I photographed you and everything. That's kind of what happened, the lead way, or like the way it happened. I had a very traumatic birth, and when we've met at the retreat, that's the first, actually that's the on one of the days, we had a deep meditation to find our purpose, and I actually gave birth to my daughter on the day, mentally. So before that, I knew I was a mom, but I did not feel I was a mom. And that's something that, we don't talk about much. And it took me 15 months to actually heal from that experience, healing the womb. And I know it's like we talk about very deep stuff, but you know, and if you're not into spirituality and all of those things, it might not mean anything to you. But the thing is, yeah, I was guilting myself because I did not deliver my daughter the way like, you know, the normal way. And then yeah, I was stuck into that, and that belief of I'm not made like to, I don't know how, I can't remember what was the full thing, but yeah, it did, like, it was an amazing experience being pregnant. And then it was a very, very long journey to get back to not who I was, because you're never going to get back to your 20s or your early 30s, but, and I should say, oh my God, shoot an and but anyway,
yes, and
exactly. I use and many, like 90% of the time, and I rarely use should. I don't know what happened today, but and anyway, yeah, I lost me. I lost who I was, and I lost. I was doubting being a photographer. I was doubting everything. And it was just because of that core PTSD issues that was not addressed. Because, you know, loads of people will be talking to you about postpartum depression. I didn't have postpartum depression, but I didn't have the connect. I love my daughter, but I didn't have the connection with me as a mother. And every time I was outside without my daughter, I felt I was not a mom. I was a fraud because I didn't have my daughter with me to prove that I actually gave birth. You know, my partner was telling me, you gave birth. No, someone to pull it out of me. And did not happen for my second pregnancy. I had a C-section again. This one was an emergency one. My second one was a planned one. And I know what was the link that is missing. And I can understand that I did not have that with my daughter. And I would have appreciated seeing that, in being aware that was an option. I actually went online and I stumbled upon a blog post and saying, oh, I went to my C-section and I asked to see my baby being pulled out of me. And I didn't know you could do that. So when I came to since I learned from this, like I think 6 months on, like I was 6 months pregnant, I actually was like, I just want to see my babies getting out. I just want to, if I'm getting C-section, I want them out. I want to see them. And I've been repeatedly that. And on the day, and they were saying, do you want to see your babies? And like, you know, oh, they're ready to get out. Do you want to see them? And you have the Hakuna Matata, like, you know, the Lion King, you know, the kid, like the two, and they are born 2 seconds apart. Like, it's just a poop, poop. And you know, I don't know if you've seen, because as I've been a photographer, and like I used to be a very newborn photographer before I really started into women. The face of the women then when she see her baby for the first time, you know, the cry, that connection, I didn't have that with my first. Because I did not see her. I saw her maybe 30, 35 minutes later, and the first time I saw her was a photograph. You know, and it did not happen with my twins, because they lowered the curtain and I saw them straight out of the womb. And I didn't like, someone helped me give them birth, but I gave birth to them because I had that connection. They were in, they were out. With Liga, I was pregnant and I had the baby. Something was missing. The chain link was missing. It took me nearly 6 months to get to actually make connection with it in my own body, and then 15 months to heal fully.
I understand that totally. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Welcome.
In this platform, everything, as you say, everything is, nothing in life is wasted. Someone is going to hear your story, and then they're going to realize that they too can choose. They have options. Just want to say thank you. My love. Love you. I love you.
Love you too. Love you.
Oh, let's just take a moment for that. Let's just take a moment for that to settle in. The moment that you gave birth to Leah at the retreat in Ireland. Yeah, I say in Ireland because you're there. When I came over. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
That very moment, there was such a shift for everybody in the room.
Yeah.
Remember? And then when we just took to the floor and we held each other, and yeah, so those moments are very precious, and also the moment for you to have that connection with your twins.
Yeah.
So let's just acknowledge that now. And giving thanks, just give thanks. Yeah. Beautiful. So at this moment, I'm going to ask you, I know we've been on an hour. I want you to share your social media because I haven't.
You didn't. I wanted to share first before I go, as I'm very into spirituality, and I do that every time I have a meeting or I go to a shoot. I pull oracle cards.
Okay.
And I just pulled ours, and I'm just going to show, like, just to share them.
Hold on, let me just make us a big screen. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I done it.
That was the first one I pulled. It's the blood dance, and it's the same oracle cards that we had in the retreat. So
wow,
I love that oracle card is the oracle card called this journey of love, and it's just, I actually gifted it to Sharon as well. And it's funny because 2 days ago we pulled the same cards.
Wow.
It's just, and that was the past when we started. That was the pending heaven.
Wow.
Being with you was heaven. And that's what's happening when we done cosmic butterfly. So something is
beautiful,
taking a fly, and I have to read what they mean. But I never pulled those ones before. Never.
Okay, so you can share it. You can share it with me on WhatsApp.
I
we can
will.
have a nice little discussion about it.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah, it's been one of those strange days. Yeah.
Yeah. So where to find me? More than what? What if you are interested in the 40 over 40, the Be Seen project, you can reach me on my website called luciealportraits.com. And you can, normally there is a part of saying 40 over 40. Normally it hasn't changed name, but it has changed name in my brain. And if you don't find it, it's super easy. You can just fill out a contact form. Though I am super active on Instagram. That's my platform of love. And you can reach me on my DMs, and I can send you all the information, and we kind of have the chats as well. It's like the Be Seen includes hair, makeup, includes getting yourself ready, so you have a consultation with me. It's not going to be a home consultation. We'll have no time, but it'll be online. I do that with some of my clients as well. It's the same energy. And then on the day, you're going to get fully guided with by a photo shoot with me. And if we are in London and the weather is good, we might actually photograph you in London. We'll see. Or maybe I'd love to photograph someone in Baker Street Underground, because I love that that underground station. It's amazing. It's just like very grungy. So if you are cold about being grungy in the ground floor, call me.
I had a thought, actually, so I'll share that with you off screen. I don't want anybody else.
Yeah, of course.
Right, get in it.
Yeah, and if you want to find me on Instagram, because it's Lucie Al, so LUCIEAL and _ and you can find me, and I love the chat. So if you actually coming from here today, just send me a DM saying me that you actually watched Komplete and myself, and I'd love to send you some heart and love.
also, while you're saying that, there was a photograph that I wanted to share, but it wouldn't upload onto the film. And it was the one where you do the branding. You show yourself, as you say, the 4 different essence. So you had Facebook, Instagram.
Yes.
You had...
It's on my Instagram, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a look.
And your LinkedIn. So Lucie also does the branding for your different platforms as well. You also did are you still doing logos? Did I not say that?
No, I do. No, I do branding.
Okay.
Not even. I just don't do logo. I will I'm creating your brand. I'm creating the aura. But I only work with personal brands. I don't work with businesses that are. I'm working with soul-led entrepreneurs. That's with whom I'm working with. Yeah. So, and it's very much about you more than just like, I'm a bit disruptive in that area, because most people in the design industry is like, oh, you have to speak first to your client. And I'm like, why? If you speak to your client, you're not speaking to yourself. You have to speak to yourself, embody who you are, embody your brand, and then your client, your community will be attracted to who you are and what you do.
Thank you for that. That's how I feel. Yeah.
It's just like the branding industry is like, oh yes, you have to speak to your client. You speak to your client the way you are. You cannot guess who they are. So why would you do a logo that is guessing who they are? You can only guess who you are, and then create that embodiment of who you are. Like I'm actually doing tomorrow, I am interviewing by a client of mine that just did a photo. I did her branding photographs and also her brand identity and templates and everything. And it came on like actually where I was tuning into what I want. Like she was talking to me about that, but like a few months ago, and something came up on Instagram, and I saw, the birds. Like the birds have been around many times. The birds was there, and it was like it was a loop, infinite loop, and the birds were like flying out, and I was like, I think this is something that is in your brand. And she's like, oh my God, this is everything and some, and so basically, I showed her 2 things. I showed her name is Ashling. I showed her the A that I thought was the perfect connection to who she was, and the birds and the signification. And even like I didn't tell her the signification. I showed her the birds and the infinite loop. And then she was like, oh my God, this is everything my bodies and my soul is calling for. And she's there. She's been using her brand, and she's been using it like as an extension of who she is. And who cares if no one understands what is the branding anyway, because she understands it, and it's the most important thing, because if she's embodying it, she will going to transcribe what she wants to mean, what that brand has meaning for her.
I hear that.
And most branding will say, oh yes, you have to be targeted to your client, but it's actually creating a soulless brand.
I never thought about that soulless brand.
Yeah. And so I'm all about
you're creating, so you are creating soulful branding.
Yeah. And it's all about what I do. Like even in the coaching, empowerment, it's part of like your purpose and your soul, and it has to have your soul in everything that you do. And I am a recovery perfectionist. I today had my hair up. I would have it down, like curled and everything. I have my makeup on. I don't have any makeup today. And
really?
No, I don't. Just lashes though. I usually have because that they are with me every day. It's just like they are, extensions. But yeah, it's something I know we like diverting the subject, but it's just super important to me that we actually changing the paradigm and changing the words of what it is to be showing up. Like I used to be on Instagram, Lucie portraits, and I actually cut half of myself out because I was like, oh, this is not my business. I cannot talk about that. I cannot talk about this. And I actually realized that I want to be me on Instagram. And it's me is the photographer, is the business owner, is the mom, is the fun friend, is the silly person, because I like, and the everyday women that is looking like, not like, she's not going to look like $1 million, but you can still feel like $1 million. And yeah, it's all about that. And I just want to come back and create realness. I want to, you know, someday I'm not going to go online, because I would have that mentality. The past mentality is like, oh, you cannot go there. And I'm like, actually, no one, probably not everyone, like, you're going to have not that many people going to watch you anyway. And if they watch you, you know, they're going to appreciate for what you do. And I actually had that happen many times. It's like, I don't know how you do it. And she's like, it's super easy. You take your phone and you do it. And I know when I say that, it's just like, it's not easy for everyone. And that's the reason I want to show them to show up as me, and not like the whole full put together, full face of makeup, because that's not me every day. You know me, you've been seeing me many times. Even in my daughter's birthday, I didn't have makeup. I don't wear makeup unless I get photographed and I want to feel a different way. I will, but I'm not a makeup person. And I don't want to be portraying another version that is not the true version of myself. When I'm on stories, at least.
Well, the essence of who you are, the essence of your beauty is always there, you know, from inside out. And I feel it all the time. And when I watch you, I smile. You know, the little lives that you do. And I say how brave you are, as in like courageous in being who you are. And as you say, it is easy. Being someone else, yeah, having that mask is so hard. I saw a message today. Let me tell you what that is. My phone doesn't die. And it said, here we go. Such an important message it was. Oh, it is. A truth can walk naked, but a lie always needs to be dressed.
Yeah. It is true. And this is actually calling me into something that I have been pushing out. And I actually today, I don't know if you know one of the birds papaya on Instagram, and she's a mom of 4, and you know, she's actually portraying herself as the body, like the after pregnancy body, like, you know, not the perfect, very straight, like perfectly belly without a stretch mark or anything like that. And I want to create some kind of version like that. I've been saying that to myself for a long time. And today was actually just trying to see how my stretch marks was showing. So I actually take photograph of my belly. I just don't like the photograph. They like, you know, they don't have interest in terms of like, they were just like from, you know, away. And I'm working towards that. I may not be fully naked, because at the end of the day, it's if I want to share, like, you know, to cover most of the things, I'm not going to show the part of my belly that is what I want to show, basically. If I were to sit, like when I would be photographing someone naked, I usually sit them down and they cover themselves with their hands. So I'm probably going to be wearing some kind of like, you know, bra or something like that, and just to show what is after pregnancy body as well. I'm working towards that, so I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's something that I want to create. Yeah.
Check out the smile.
Very essential.
Right? I've got a picture I'm going to send you that I took of myself naked, and actually not too long ago, before, yeah.
Guys, switch off.
And I wanted to show my stomach and my stretch marks, and I am naked. I will share it with you. All right, I'll send it to you. And I use my hands to make the heart in front of my breast.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so this will give you, I hope it will maybe give you an idea of what you want to do.
Yeah, I already have some ideas. What I want to create is, there is like, you know, like how, like, and it has 2 ways about it. Like, you know, the reason why is like, I want to show a normal body, you know, like not a normal body, but like another kind of body. And I want to use that as well as a platform to share that clothes are in a reflection of your expression. And, you know, some clothes, like, you know, I will have clients, oh my God, have you seen this? And it's just like, it's just because one of your knickers or whatever you're wearing underneath is actually cutting through your skin and actually create a bump. Your bumps, you didn't have that bumps before. Your skin is there and it's squishy, it's made for it. But the thing is, you put something on it, is going to actually create a dent. And I want to show that as well, because there is, for many things, like we actually don't like our bodies because we don't like the clothes that we're wearing, because they are not suited for the body that we are. I always say, like, for me, empire waist is the best. You know, even in the dress that you were wearing is an empire dress. It's like, it's all about concentrating with the smallest part of your body. And everyone, even though you're curvy, will have a smallest part of your body. And this is where is the feminine side of you. In men, you want to show broadness. And women, you want to show the curve. You want to show the thinnest. And the voluptuous, the rest is actually creating what is a women. Like when you see in the historic books and everything, in I think it was prehistory, they have a beautiful, I think it's a beautiful statue, and the women has big breast, big belly, big thighs, and it's just like all like curved, but she's naked, and this is beautiful. And then you put her clothes, like the normal standard clothes, she's going to look like a Michelin guy. And then I don't know if that makes any sense. It's just because of the clothes. It's nothing to do with her. You know? So, and I have the same thing happen to me. Like, I have clothes, sometimes you just wear them because it's easy, and you look at yourself in the mirror and say, what is this? And like, this bump here, it was not there before. So there is, like, you know, it's all about that, accepting your own body being naked, but it's also accepting that some clothes are the reason you're actually molesting your brain, you're molesting your soul, because you're not wearing the clothes that's adequate to yourself.
Some clothes are molesting your soul.
Yeah.
Molesting your brain.
Like, you remember when I was telling you were showing me, because you were preparing and you showed me clothes, and I was saying, but I don't see you in them. I see someone that's wearing clothes, and I say, let's just go, because you were saying modest and everything you would. And we've been told as curvy women, you might not see me, but I'm a curvy woman. We've been told as a curvy woman to cover up, to wear something like looser and wider for us. And actually, for me, I always say, you know, actually, I look the slimmest when I have my clothes closer to my body. Why would I actually put a tent? And I'm not saying that in the bad way. Like, you know, I would have clothes that are a bit more like, you know, looser and everything. And if I want to look the slimmest of my life, I need to wear clothes that are close to my body and emphasize the best part of my own self. You know, and it's another debate, let's put it this way, but it's just something that is I'm also passionate about. Like, you know, clothes are not made for women like us, mostly. Unless you're curvy and you're like, oh, let's embrace the 10 clothes. I'm like,
yeah, I know.
You know?
It's funny because after my first daughter was born, I started wearing really big stuff. When I look back at the photographs back then, I thought, who the heck is she?
And you look at yourself and you're like, oh my God, I look big.
Yeah.
Just take the clothes off, and you probably at least 20 pounds, maybe 40 pounds lighter than on the photograph. It's just because the clothes make you bigger. And we've been told you need to cover because you're kind of curvy. But, you know, if you're curvy, you should go as closer to your body, because that's the closest, the thinnest version of you. And it's like yourself at the end of the day.
Wow.
You know, everything, you know, even in photograph, when I didn't have to do that with your clothes because the dress was like perfect. But, you know, if you were to wear something that is loose, I will actually tie it on the back, because I want to show the curve. I want to show what is making you a woman.
Wow. Wow.
Deep Thursday talk.
It is wonderful. So much is packed. So much has been packed in this, nearly an hour and a bit. Yeah. I thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I love the talk with you. I could do that every week.
Yeah, I know. And there's so much that we learn from each other, so much that we align with and what we feel. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in September.
Yeah.
And I will be sharing my idea with you.
I think
you're gonna love it. I know you're going to love it. I know you're going to love it.
I know we're going to love it. And then I'm going to build from it, because I never get someone idea and just create that. I just create my own version of it. Okay.
Beautiful. So again, let's share your social media, and I'm going to ask you is, do you want to close out the session with a kind of intention breath work instead of me doing it?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
My body said yes, and then my gut said yes, and my brain was like, "Are you mad?"
Well, let's go with the gut.
The gut is my points in it.
So share your social media, and then I'm going to let you close the session. Say again.
No, my brain is always trying to keep me safe anyway. My gut is the intuition part. Is my gut,
right?
My nose are in the guts. So it's 21-21.
Oh, okay.
So I never did that before. I want to invite every woman that did not feel good enough once in her life, and they want to experience something truly magical, fairy dust, and connect to their higher self and the goddess within. I send love to everyone in the world, and I thank you for listening to me up till now.
Beautiful. As we feel that goddess within, yeah.
All right, I'm working with it right now in my head, like the martini glass with champagne in it, all the sass. But this
beautiful. Yeah. Well, you know that I'm going to ask you when you have actually, after you've been here in September, we can come back, meet again, for people to actually see and experience what happened while you were here.
Yes.
The excitement,
the
unveiling, the alignment.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
All right. So everyone, just wanted to say thank you for being here in this space. Let me share where you can find if you want to join the Pono Quest family. There's so much there we offer you with regards to courses. Our mentor, friend and colleague, Dusty Starb. So the power pivot that we've been talking about, the yes and rather than but no, yeah. So you can learn all about that, about having beautiful nurturing relationships, learn about permaculture. There's so much you can learn on the Pono Quest platform. So as you view this video, go and explore everything about the family. So I wish you love, peace and tranquility. Should we do a bit of eye gazing before we go? Let me see.
Yeah.
So
we can't see each other though.
Well, I can. Well, I'm going to look into. Oh, I know. Oh.
No, if I look at the camera, I cannot look in your eyes. They have to create a camera that actually follows you.
I know, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to look in the camera. I'm going to look in the camera, and I'm going to imagine that we're looking into each other's eyes. We're connecting heart to heart, soul to soul, mind to mind. One breath, one energy, one love. And one breath. Namaste.